Hi everyone, in this video I'll be talking about how do you build your dream team. The reason why some teams struggle is captured in the book The Five Dysfunctions of a Team, written by Patrick Lencioni. When it comes to creating great teams, whose responsibility is it? Is it the organization's responsibility? Is it the team leader's responsibility? Or is it a collective responsibility of each of the team members in the team? Now, the reason why we want to create great teams is because we realize that times where this team is struggling to meet its goals is just a sign of ineffectiveness. And this could potentially mean that there are some issues within the team, for example, say conflict avoidance, a lack of commitment to the overall project and the timeline. And for these problems to show up on the team level, it means one thing, which is more individuals in the team are starting to feel frustrated. They are feeling frustration due to wasted effort and a lack of progress. And after a while, after feeling frustrated, they start to disengage. And that is also sometimes because they feel unheard and disconnected from the team goals. So the first dysfunction is not feeling safe to be ourselves, aka a lack of trust. Now, if people in the team aren't comfortable showing their flaws or admitting their mistakes, then it's really hard to build trust amongst each other. And it's almost like everybody is withholding information because they don't know, will this cause them some negative consequences? Or even if they make a mistake, they're afraid to tell the team because they feel like there will be severe consequences dealt to them and everybody would judge them. Instead of figuring out like how do we move past this issue and actually resolve the problem so we can get on with the project. Now, the solution suggested by this book is for the team lead to explicitly state in team meetings that we are here to carry out this project. And also, we are here to debate ideas that will help contribute to the success of this project. And we are not here to attack people personally. We are trying to establish a way where we are depersonalizing the conversation around ideas towards the success of this project. And we want to create a safe environment where people can sit honestly what is going on with the project so everybody can work towards it. So I do feel that it's sometimes important for the team lead to be able to create a culture of confidence and psychological safety where people can show up and communicate honestly and openly pertaining to the project. Now, the second dysfunction is avoiding tough talks or fear of conflict. Whenever there's no trust in the team, people are scared to have their honest debates about ideas because they don't trust that the other person would respond to them in a clear professional way. And instead, they are more concerned that will this person take things personally and therefore create some sort of uneasy working relationship. And as a result of that, they might just tend to say what they think others want to hear or stay quiet. So when that situation happens, then you don't have people actually contributing their best ideas. Instead, people are just saying that how can I just go along with the status quo, not get into trouble, and then just get the work done. And I think this is not great, especially if you're an organization that's striving for innovation and improvement. Because for innovation to happen in an organization, you need to be able to discuss ideas openly and have the trust that you are proposing an idea with good faith in that it will help the project, and the people around you are also willing to trust that you are able to do so and also have the ability to be able to debate with you in a very healthy manner about the pros and cons of the ideas you suggested. Now, a solution that's proposed was saying that when team members show signs of engaging in healthy debate or expressing a dissenting opinion, the team should immediately acknowledge and validate their courage. And this is how team leads actually provide real-time permission for more of this kind of healthy debates. And if someone challenges an idea respectfully, any of the team members might interject and say that, thank you for raising this point. This is the healthy debate we need. And or they could also say, I appreciate you pushing back on this. It helps us to think more deeply. So I think this is where team members can hold each other like responsible to behave in a way that encourages healthy debate around ideas for a project. Now, the third dysfunction is not fully agreeing and the lack of commitment. Now, if this happens, is because if people haven't had the chance to really share their thoughts and argue the points to do with a idea, they might not actually believe in the decision made. They might say yes to whoever that's proposed the idea, depending if the person had more hierarchical power or had more influence in the group. but technically they themselves are not really on board. So they're saying, let's do this, execute this action, and let's move on with it. And sometimes they have a different opinion, but they feel if their opinions are never going to be taken seriously and considered. One of the suggestions proposed by this book is saying that after the major decisions have been implemented, it's important to conduct a brief review of postmortem, discuss what went well, what could have gone better, and what was learned from this decision execution. The reason why this is being done is because during the postmortem, the team is able then to harvest learning immediately from this experience and say that going forward, what have we learned? It trains the team to be more critical with their thinking and also to use this mistakes or even learnings from this action, and then this informs the other action across. So in effect, decisions become a way for us to become more effective in further decision making. But that is only when we come to the table prepared. And one way we can do this is to have a, say, 15-minute meeting to discuss what were the intended outcomes, what were we thinking of when we first arrived at this action, and now what are the actual outcomes that's arrived from this action, and what did we learn about our process, what did we learn about the decision making itself. And here the main focus is on learning how do you make better decisions, how do you evaluate options before making decisions, and it's not about blaming who made the judgment call, who made the idea. Now, the fourth dysfunction is not holding each other responsible, also known as the avoidance of accountability. Now, when people aren't truly committed to the plan or idea related to the project, they're less likely to call each other out if someone isn't doing their part or is doing something that hurts the group's goals. So I think the hardest part about working as a team sometimes is feeling the shared responsibility that this team has a goal. All of us feel the weight of achieving or not achieving that goal. And I think sometimes it becomes a case of team members feeling like, why am I so invested in the goal where other people are not invested in the goal? So we tend to sometimes base our behavior tend on the peer pressure. One way this book suggested we can overcome it is that we should have a regular scoreboard or say a progress review. And this is where team members report on their progress towards the shared goal and individual responsibilities. And this is not so that you can report to the leader what you did. It's more like you can hold accountability to the entire team that what are the actions that you have taken to help the team push forward to the goal. And I've actually come across in a previous work environment where each team meeting starts with a brief round robin where each person quickly shares their top priorities for the week or month, and they share their progress on previous commitments. And the reason why they do this is not so that the team lead has a report of who's doing what, and but it's actually meant to show people like we are collectively doing things to help push forward the goal, and everybody can hold each other accountable, and everybody can then provide support if any of the team members required support. And I think discussing about things that we are actually going to do that are specific and measurable is much more valuable than discussing some vague statement or saying, oh, yes, we believe in the goal, but actually that's very hard to quantify. Now, the fifth dysfunction is caring more about me and then us, which is inattention to the results. Now, when people aren't held accountable to how they are contributing to achieving the team goals, then you start to notice that they start to focus on their own stuff, doing things that make them look good or doing things that make them get ahead, but at the detriment of the project. And I think this is the scary part about how this can erode a team morale is because when people start to question, why is this person not doing things that are beneficial for the team? And instead, they're doing a bunch of actions that doesn't seem to contribute to creating more efficiency for the project or even help to alleviate the problems that some of the team members are facing. Instead, they're doing a lot of things that seems to add more workload to the team and therefore like delay the team instead of reaching their goals. I think the moment the team starts to feel any of the team members are starting to slack off and starting to do things that do not contribute to the project's success, but instead just piles on more work just because they want to look good, that's when the team starts to feel like if team members are not prioritizing this project as they should, then why should they prioritize this project? Now we have come to the end of the five dysfunctions that creates a team that struggles. So I think to create a team that works, it has to be a collaborative effort of the organization as a whole to get past these five dysfunctions that affect morale, affect the success of a project.